Good evening, everyone. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. Hope everybody had a good day. Got my Diet Pepsi here. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. I just wanted to work on my flower. It went from a journal to, it's going to be a photo album now. I've changed my mind, which is my prerogative. I've decided I want to finish the back. So what I need to do is I need to ink around the edges, just because I like the way that looks. It just takes the newness away from the flower. I did this on the front as well. So my husband and I have been on vacation all week. That's why I haven't done any video. I did do a short the other day, and I posted a short video of me doing some stamping, which was a lot of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one as well. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've never made stamps like that before. I just recycled some images from the back of calendars and stuff, so if you want to go ahead and check that video out, it came out pretty good. And the stamps came out really good. I'm definitely going to be doing that again. When I was on vacation, I was able to get quite a few things, crafty things done while I was on vacation. It was a long ride. It was like 6.5 hours. We went to Bar Harbor, Maine. It was to celebrate our 36th wedding anniversary, and it was a long ride. Last year was our 35th, so we usually every 5 years we go on like a bigger trip. And we went to Niagara Falls, and that was 8.5 hours, so that was long too. All right, let's see. I've got to figure out how I want to position these. I need to cover up the words, but I want to keep some of the flowers. So just go ahead, take off that piece of tape. That was just there to hold it in place. And then use my art glitter glue. This is the art glitter glue that separated on me, because I bought it during the cold weather, which you're not supposed to do, and I did, and it's almost gone though, so that's fine. Just trying to use it up. I'll just use this one. This is fine. I want to make sure we get around those edges, because you don't want the flower to come up. Just get around those edges. Okay, so we had a great time on our vacation, and then when we came home, we still had the weekend ahead, which was nice. We went with our daughter and our son-in-law and our granddaughter to a goat farm. She loves baby goats, so. And my son-in-law, he likes doing RC events. I don't know if you know what RCs are. They're motorized trucks and cars. They're huge. They're like this big, and they soup them up, and they make them really cool, and they set up all these tracks and things, and they have competitions, and it's very cool. We've never been to one before, and we enjoyed it. It was fun. I bought some nice jelly It was made by one of the women there with, you know, one of the vendors there. And my daughter loves goat cheese. I'm not crazy about goat cheese, but she loves it, so she always gets some when she goes. I guess they do this event every year. And she says it's always one of the hottest days, and boy, was it hot. All right, so I guess that's how I'm gonna do this. And then I will just go ahead, go around the edges again first, and then fill in. This art glitter goes very strong. When it dries, it's not going anywhere. That's why I love it. Oops. Yeah, so when we came home from Maine, I basically put all the food away. We ate dinner, and I went to bed. I slept for 10 hours. I was exhausted. But it was nice to spend some time with my granddaughter. Gotta cover up the words. That's fine. Once it's down, it ain't going anywhere. So, I think what I'll do is, excuse my reach, burnish it. That just spreads the glue out underneath. Make sure that that glue gets right to the edges. All right, so the back is done. Ugh, I'm all gluey already. That's what happens when you're crafting. You get gluey. The next thing I need to do is, what I went ahead and did was this spine on here. It was that big. It was way too big for what I'm going to use it for. So today when I was babysitting, I brought some of my stuff along with me. I brought, let's see, one of these cutting boards. I brought a razor knife. I brought a ruler. And I cut the spine down. I'm gonna put some glue on it first. Let's see if I can find a large piece of parchment paper. Excuse me. That I can just put across here. I don't want to get glue all over the inside of my photo album. So I'm just going to put glue on the paper. And then I'm also going to put art glitter glue around the edges so that I know that it's going to stay. All right, so go around the edges. Wow. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to do it a completely different way. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do it like this. I do want a lot of glue on this because I'm covering up the material that was there. I can't even be bothered with that now. It's a silicone applicator for makeup. You get it at Dollar Tree. Well, that's where I got it anyways. I'm sure you can get them other places too. Let's make sure we get the edges. All right, so there is plenty on there now. Let's see. Once this dries, it's gonna be fine. Okay, move that out of the way. I want some to hang over because and it's gonna be kind of bumpy, but it doesn't really matter. It's the inside. Plus it's my book, and I'm okay with that. And once you close it, you're never gonna see it anyway, so, oops, got a little glue on there. All right, so let me just go like that. I just want the edges to be covered because I noticed when I did this before, The edges were not covered. I'm going to be covering this with lace anyways. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I just want to cover those, the raw edge. I'm gonna put another piece on here. I'll just eyeball it. Let's see. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm gonna be covering it with lace anyways. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that. And let's see, just need it to go to the edge because there's already paper there. See, it's not exactly straight, but let's straighten this out a little bit. Which side is crooked? I think it's this side. Okay. Now the reason I don't have my task light on is because I'm using magazine pages and they give a wicked glare when you have your task light on, so I'm not going to do it. Okay, that's fine. I just want to cover all this tape up. That's all I'm trying to do. I have to say, doing those stamps the other day, oh, that was so fun and it was so relaxing. I loved it. Okay, that should be fine. Just want to get those edges. Okay, plenty of glue. Yeah, spread it out. Yeah, see, I think that looks so much better. I almost wish I didn't go so far over. I guess I could. Let's see how this is looking. Gotta make sure that those edges are down. I'm just trying to take this little tab, this little extra tab of paper off right there. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Okay, because I want to show you, let's see, which is the front and which is the back. That's a good question, right? We need our bone folder. Make sure that that sits in the crack really good. You can see that that's going to be great. This needs to that's good. Okay, that looks good. And then the back, that looks good too. Just press it down a little bit, make sure that glue catches. And like I said, I'm going to be covering this with lace anyways. But I like that paper. It came from the same paper pack as the paper inside. This is the front. The reason I know that this is the front, which at this point I could do either way if I wanted to. Yeah, at this point it doesn't really matter, so I might make this the front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting this along the edge. I think that's going to look nice. Go ahead and cut that actually. This will go on last because I'm going to want to put it under a book overnight so that it remains flat. Okay. Yeah, so that'll be fine. I'll put that over here. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is put in these pockets. I did decide that I wanted to do pockets in this photo album, which is weird, I guess, to have pockets in a photo album, but I want to be able to put photos in there until I glue them in. So what we need to do is we need to angle the corners. That should be good. Just trim off the corners. Alright. Yep, that looks good. Now, if you do a gusseted pocket, what you need to do is glue this piece down first. On both of them. So we'll go ahead and cut the corners on this one too. And that just allows you to fold it like a package. Nice, neat corners, that's all it is. Okay, so which one's the front and which one's the back? I think this is the front, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing, glue it down. So the top is ready, and the sides, that looks fine. Alright, so what I think I might end up doing is I might end up using this tacky glue because my other glues are not functioning right for some reason. I'm gonna have to clean the tips of my bottles. Okay. I'm a little busy right now between babysitting and getting ready for my 6-week summer program. I have an open house this week, and then we set up next week, and it starts the Monday after 4th of July. It starts the same way every year. So I'm getting excited about getting ready for that. And then my son and his wife are getting ready to have a baby. She's due in like 12 days. So we're excited. It's going to be our 4th grandchild. I feel like there's too much paper here, so I'm going to cut a little bit off. It's not a big deal. Yeah, so this will be our 4th grandchild. We have 2 grandsons and a granddaughter, and now we're going to end up with another granddaughter. So we're going to have 2 of each, and I'm so excited. We don't even know the baby's name yet. They never tell anyone the baby's name until the baby's born. So we're very anxious to find out what this baby's name is. It's gonna be exciting. Okay, so let's see. This isn't gonna fit perfectly on there because I've left a little room here for this, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's still a pocket and it should function just fine. I like to leave a little bit of the edge around anyways. Just looks good. So I'm just using the tacky glue and it works just as good as art glitter glue. I usually use this for covers because it works phenomenally. And once it dries, that's not going to go anywhere. All right, so let's do the same thing with this one. So when you're doing a gusseted pocket, you just want to go to the edge here, you just go around the edge. This comes out a little bit thicker, but that's the only difference. And we go right along the edge. So when it dries, let's see. Once it dries, with the extra added space that you gave it along the sides, it just makes your pocket a little bit bigger, that's all. Gives you a little more room to store things. I always make my pockets that way. Sometimes I push the corners in a little and that gives it that little extra bit too. Okay, so there's that. Oh, this one has more space than that one. Do I really care? No, I don't. Okay, that's fine. So, now we have the front is done, the back is done. We covered the back of the spine, we covered the inside of the spine. We put pockets on both sides. That looks great. I love the colors, they go great together. Like I said, came from the same paper pack, so they're all coordinated papers. This too. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. Just let it dry. And then we're gonna start working on the pages. So, what we need to do is, this is why I didn't turn my task lighting on, because it gives this glare. So, what I did was I put this craft paper on the back, because what I'm going to do is once these signatures are sewed in, I'm going to print out a bunch of photos of my flowers from different gardens I've had, things that I've grown in the past. I might have to cut one down or something. So that's what each of these craft pages are going to be for, flowers that I've grown and that I've photographed. And that's all this book is. But it's my flower book and I'm excited about it. So what I did was I took, these are pages from calendar, and they're all beautiful images. This one's upside down. I just love them. I didn't want to waste them. I can go ahead and take a wipe, and I can wipe something off, like excess glue, with a wet one, and then I've got a dry one right here. It's just a tissue and a baby wipe, but I can see there's glue from when I put these together. And once you wipe it with the wet one, you just quickly wipe it with the dry one so that it doesn't warp your paper. But it's fine. Now I can see that I got the glue off. Okay, so hopefully they're not all like that, but not sure which way. This one looks like it's upside down. I'm gonna have to check these before I put them in the book, because that one was upside down. This one I don't think you can really tell which way is which, so, and that looks good. Okay, so what we need to do with these is, I went ahead and I cut these pieces, and these all came from the same paper pack. I cut these pieces so that we can glue these pages together to make, so that I can sew them in. So all I need to do is, I think I'll just use this to glue on. Might have to get a new glue stick, but let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some glue on it. I went ahead and cut them all, and I folded them in half so you wouldn't have to watch me do all that. Okay, let's just put this to the side. So we're just going to put one on one side. I've done this before. I did this with my art journal, and it worked great. Let's see if I can. Gotta get that one down first. And this one. And make sure we line it up. I tried to cut it so that it fit. And if it's, you know, if it's off a little bit, you just grab a pair of scissors and trim it up. Well, and I'm wondering if I should put one inside as well to give it more stability. I think I might do that. Gotta think about this. Do I want to put another one in there? Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Because there's only going to be 6 pages, but I want them to stay in my book once I sew them in. I think if I put one on one side and one on the other, that these are going to be nice and sturdy. Make sure that, yep, great. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's make sure we give it enough time to stick. There we go. Okay, so there's one. I'll put that aside. And then we'll do the next one. Guess I'm gonna need 2 for each. Let's take a ruler. This is 12 inches and this is a 12-inch ruler. The thing with rulers is you gotta watch that you catch that. You don't want to measure from that because that's not the beginning of the inch. So I just need to take a pencil and I just mark it every 2 inches. With that line. And just cut each one. And I'll go up that way. See, you gotta make sure you're on the mark. So this only takes a couple of minutes to do. But I do want it to be sturdy, so. Alright, just need to make sure they're all the same length. Let's line it up. Yeah, so we had a beautiful day in Bar Harbor, Maine. It was sunny and like 80 degrees. It was beautiful. We had a lot of fun. Had some seafood and IPA beers on the water. It was really nice. I'm not gonna sew these in on camera. I'm gonna do that after because I need to lay these pages inside of or underneath a heavy book. And that takes a little time, so then I'll go ahead and I'll show, before I do my next video, I'll just come on and show you how it looks at the end. And I'll hopefully find some photos to put in there, more photos to put in. Yeah, that looks nice. And this is how you put your pages together. You just take a piece of paper and fold it in half. And then this one we want to fold it that way because it's going to be like this. There we go. Oops, starting to get sticky. Okay, just fold it. Burnish it a little bit. There we go. Make sure that it sticks. Okay, there's another page done. Go ahead and do the next one. I'll just grab a glue book. Almost out of glue sticks. I did go ahead and I bought another box of these jumbo glue sticks. They're called Jaris, non-toxic, acid-free. So I'll have to break some of those out, but I'm trying to use up the ones I have first. Okay, do the next two. Okay, that one's on. And line them up before you stick it, yeah? This one we want it to stick that way. Where's my glue book? I just use flyers that come in the mail, old magazines. They work great. Can recycle them a little bit. Okay, now we want to fold this way. Get that down. Okay, and now there we go. Got a little extra glue on there, but that's fine. It'll dry clear. All right, so on the back of each one of these is one of these craft. Oh, that one needs a little trim up. It's that craft paper. I'm worried that this one might get stuck. So what I think I'll do is take a little piece of wax paper or parchment paper and I'll put that in there after I trim the side up a little. I had been cutting the paper like this way and it was tearing the paper, so I flipped it over, and if you cut it from this thicker paper on the other side, it did a nice clean cut like that one. So, I mean, sometimes you have to make adjustments. Oh yeah. All right, so let's see what we got. Those look good. Haven't decided which one's going to be the front one, which one's going to be the back. Okay, I gotta, oops, look at, need more glue there. No big deal. See it? Just glue it down. That looks good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these craft pages, and those, like I showed you before, those will hold 4 photos. I might have to cut some of the photos down a little bit, but that's fine. You can have different sizes, but so 6 times 4 is 24 photos that I can get in there, and I think that's going to be great. That should be plenty. I'll just take 24 of my best photos that I've taken of my flowers. And I just want to check to make sure, like this one needs a little more glue. I'll just go and check each one. Looks good. That looks good. For some reason, this one little corner on each of them. Let's check this one. That looks good. This was that one I was worried about, but it seems to be dry now. Yeah, I think once I put these underneath the book, because you can see that they're starting to warp a little bit. Yeah, you can tell. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that overnight, and then I will sew these pages in to my, let me show you how it's going to look with the cover. So each one of these is going to be considered like a signature. Now I can feel a little bit sticking out over the edge. I can always trim it up, but I think they fit pretty nice. And then, like I said, I'll put lace on there. And I'll go ahead and do that off camera as well. Let's see, I think I said that I wanted, I'm gonna flip this over. Oh, did I do it wrong? Ugh, this has to be my front now because I already put my pockets in. It's all right. There was a rip in the bag, and then I put a piece of tape over it. So what I'll do is I'll just bring my lace forward, cover that up, and you won't even see it. That'll be fine. So I will show you in the beginning of my next video how it came out. But I think it looks great. I'm excited to use it. And I think it's fun making journals and photo albums out of these Dollar Tree gift bags. You should give it a try. If you do, let me know. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Happy crafting.